Cassini was one of the most ambitious efforts ever mounted in planetary exploration. A joint endeavor of NASA, ESA, and the ASI, Cassini was a sophisticated robotic spacecraft sent to study Saturn and its complex system of rings and moons in detail. The mission began on October 15, 1997, when the spacecraft launched from Earth, marking the beginning of a 20-year journey to Saturn. Cassini was a spacecraft that carried a probe called Huygens to the Saturn system. The probe, which was built by ESA, was scheduled to parachute to the surface of Saturn's largest moon, Titan, in January 2005. It would be the most distant landing to date in our solar system. Huygens returned spectacular images and other scientific results during a 2.5-hour descent through Titan's hazy atmosphere. The European Space Agency's Huygens probe was a unique advanced spacecraft and a crucial part of the overall Cassini mission to explore Saturn. The probe was about 9 feet wide and weighed roughly 700 pounds. It was built like a shellfish. A hard shell protected its delicate interior from high temperatures during the 2.5-hour descent through the atmosphere of Saturn's giant moon, Titan. The probe had 2 parts, the entry assembly module and the descent module. The entry assembly module carried the equipment to control Huygens after separation from Cassini, and a heat shield that acted as a brake and as thermal protection. The descent module contained the scientific instruments and 3 different parachutes that were deployed in sequence to control Huygens' descent to the surface of Titan. After it landed, the probe support equipment remained attached to the orbiting spacecraft. The support equipment included the electronics necessary to track the probe, recover the data gathered during its descent, and process and deliver the data to the orbiter. The data was then transmitted or downlinked from the orbiter to Earth. Huygens returned spectacular images and other scientific results. The probe was able to discover icy plumes spraying from fractures on Saturn's moon, Enceladus, leading to the understanding that the moon possesses a global ocean of liquid water, likely with hydrothermal activity on the seafloor. It also found Saturn's rings to be active and dynamic. The probe revealed Titan to have rain, rivers, lakes, and seas. It is shrouded in a thick, nitrogen-rich atmosphere that might be similar to what Earth's was like long ago. It also imaged vertical structures in the rings for the first time. They appear to be made of particles piled up in bumps or ridges more than 2 miles high. The Cassini mission solved the mystery of the dual bright-dark surface of the moon Iapetus. It is thought that one side of the moon's topmost ice layer was sublimated, leaving a dark carbon-rich coating on that side, while the ice condensed on the other side, making it appear brighter. It captured the first complete view of the hexagon-shaped jet stream that surrounds Saturn's North Pole, and discovered a giant hurricane-like vortex at both of the planet's poles. Although the spacecraft may be gone, its enormous collection of data about Saturn, the giant planet itself, its magnetosphere, rings, and moons will continue to yield new discoveries for decades. Although Huygens was very successful, Huygens lost communication with the Cassini spacecraft. This led to not being able to gather as much information as planned. If not for the insistence of one ESA engineer to complete an in-flight test of Huygens' radio system, none of the spacecraft's incredible data from Saturn's largest and mysterious moon would have ever been received, and likely no one would have known why. The mission cost $3.9 billion. This includes $2.5 billion in pre-launch costs, including launch vehicle and contributions from ESA and the ISA, and $1.4 billion in post-launch cost, which includes operations and tracking for the 20 years in flight. So, why did Cassini matter? For starters, Cassini was a mission of firsts. It was the first to orbit Saturn, the first landing in the outer solar system, and the first to sample an extraterrestrial ocean. It expanded our understanding of the kinds of worlds where life may exist. Cassini was like a time machine. It revealed the processes that shaped the development of our entire solar system and allowed us to observe weather and seasonal changes on another planet. Finally, Cassini revealed Titan to be one of the most Earth-like worlds we've ever encountered.